Shalom Israel. Yeah man, thanks for joining me again. You don't know, say I had to tackle this topic because it was just so nonsensical with these people, and they went in and met Trump. This one brother, Steve Pasron, that are going to lick this shot and let you know here. When Roland Martin, while I love Roland, he give people the business, he's on point. He doesn't falter, you know. Yeah, they say the snake bit you when you go talk to Roland because he's going to hit you with all that chat. But if you guys understand.
No, what came up is that the injustices that were being done and how he was going to do something to as far as the bad police.
How? So he said he was going to do something. What did he say he was going to do?
It came up, in the discussion where one of the ministers mentioned about training, or he mentioned about training. The officers need to have better training, okay, and that he would do whatever he can to bring justice, okay. But at the same time, this is only a 2-hour meeting. We had 109 pastors. A number of pastors were sharing their concerns and mentioning things and asking questions. So. Wasn't really that much time to be able to put in a specific policy.
Pastor, here's what I don't understand, Pastor. Okay, Pastor Pasron, I got to be very honest with you. I moderated a 1 hour and 10-minute town hall with Hillary Clinton. I opened up with 15 minutes of questions. I literally covered more policy in 5 minutes than you described in 15 minutes of a 2.5-hour meeting with Donald Trump. So here's my deal. I don't have a problem with black pastors meeting with anybody. Donald Trump, I've had Rand Paul on this show. I've had Lindsey Graham on this show. I've had Ben Carson on this show. But I haven't heard a single thing policy-wise that you uttered that was actually discussed with Donald Trump that black folks literally can say, oh, I actually heard something tangible that I can actually go back and chew on other than financial literacy.
Yeah, well, just give it time then, okay? Just give it time. I know Hillary's not having any meetings with any black ministers.
But you're actually wrong. You're wrong. And Senator Rand Paul has met with black pastors. This is not the first time a Republican candidate has met with black pastors. So
I will tell you this: for a Republican to get 109 black ministers, I'm telling you that's almost a miracle.
Actually, it's not a miracle because Texas Governor George W. Bush did the exact same thing. So this is not the first time that it's actually happened.
Okay, well, as you do know, up until Trump, 95% of African Americans are liberal Democrats. Is that correct?
No, first of all, that's the presidential campaign. But what I also know is when Governor Mike Huckabee ran in Arkansas, he got 48% of the black vote. I also know that when Senator George Voinovich ran for not only for Cleveland mayor, but governor of Ohio and U.S. senator, he got 40% of the black vote. So, look, I understand politics. I understand what has happened on state, local, and national level. The point here is this here. What does somebody talk about when they meet with black folks? And what I'm saying, Pastor, I've listened to you. I've seen the periscopes. I've seen other interviews. And what I've heard is, oh, it was great and wonderful. There was lots of love in the room. But I haven't heard jack that something that is substantive that somebody can say, oh, I can latch onto that. And now I'm hearing something that's policy-oriented. My last question for you. Did you at least leave the meeting with a commitment of Trump saying, I'm going to put these issues on paper and present it to you to take back to your congregations?
Oh, no, he didn't specifically say it in those words, but basically he said it in spirit that he's going to commit to continuing to work with the black American community to address the issues that are issues.
Okay,
right? I mean, this is just the beginning of him working with us in order to make America great.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the deal. I look forward to more of these conversations, but I look more forward to actually having substantive policy that you can actually talk about as opposed to, hey, it sort of is, well, I'm going to work on some stuff, because that's just way too general. Black folks don't have time for working on some stuff. We actually need to hear something substantive. So, Pastor Pasron, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
But we need to hear what we can do, not what somebody can do for us.
Actually, no, we need to hear both. Because if somebody's saying they're going to be president, I can guarantee you when he met with the white evangelicals, there was some real discussion about policy. When he meets with bankers, they discuss policy. When he meets with the real estate folks and lawyers and doctors, they talking policy, not just stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure he has the ability, and he will be doing that in future meetings with us.
Okay, well, I certainly hope he also sits down with black media, and we can actually ask these questions so the audience can hear versus what happens behind closed. What do you make of what we just heard?
I think it was a missed opportunity, Roland. I mean, to come out of a meeting with a presidential candidate and not have any policy goals or can't even talk to us about what was discussed substantive to the black community, I think it was a failure. I think it's a failure of Trump to say that he was expecting an endorsement from black clergy. I think it's a failure of our community to say we shouldn't even meet with presidential candidates if we disagree with them. I think it was great to take the meeting, but to not have any substantive policy means what were you doing there?
Angela, I talked to pastors who were in that meeting before they went in. I talked to some of those yesterday who were in the room. And I looked at all the interviews. And if I take all the interviews together, I probably can break down policy in 60 seconds more than what I heard out of all the interviews together. I don't know what the hell they talked about for 2.5 hours.
Well, and I think you're right. I think Andrew's point about it being a missed opportunity is correct, but I think it's a missed opportunity to actually talk about what the political process needs to be and should be. Right? The idea that Donald Trump expected.
Right now, he had 109 pastors, and there was no policy talked about. And Roland giving the brother a hard time. Where's the policy? Where's the policy? See, man, I said that's why I don't deal with these people. The brother, notice his name, Steve Pasron, PhD. I have a PhD, but you can't just simply get a few outline items that need to be done. Go on to them. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom YHWH thy Elohim shall choose. One of you from thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So, you're not even supposed to be in the room, even pretending like you're going to put Donald Trump over you, for he's a stranger. Deuteronomy 17:15 says it, and it's a precept. YHWH of hosts is his name, my strength and my redeemer.